born in Powell Creek about 1894. A true son of the territory, he was taken by the law. Fathered by a station owner, baptised by the whites, taken from his mother to make the whole thing right. They moved to South Australia and he learned to read and write, and in May of 1915 he enlisted for the fight. He's a Blackfella ANZAC in a war across the sea, and he's fighting for Australia so its people could be free. Serving a country where he couldn't even vote, they turned a blind eye for him to line up for the boat. And while he couldn't drink with whites and he'd never question why, he was good enough to fight and to sail away and die. Blackfella ANZAC, white enough to take, and he's white enough to risk his life and die to save his mates. Blackfella ANZAC, thanks for what you gave, but I wish you were remembered, the bravest of the brave. Well, 4 years in the First World War, he's lucky to survive. His machine gun crew all gone, he's the only one alive. Then a second crew of mates, all battle scarred and worn, and again for no good reason, they all too were gone. And God, he must have suffered for his mates to die that way. There was no black or white, he just got to stay. So Freddie's seen some battles in a long and bloody war, and I wonder if he thought he'd need to even up the score. 'Cause at Pozieres in France, they stared death in the face. They called for volunteers for a mad and desperate race across the open country to accept his rightful fate, and to bring the ammo back, well, he didn't hesitate. Blackfella ANZAC, he's white enough to take, and he's white enough to risk his life and die to save his mates. Blackfella ANZAC, thanks for what you gave, but I wish you were remembered, the bravest of the brave. Well, he sent the bravery medal home, but it's lost out on the sea, and I don't suppose it matters for what would have to be. For back home in Australia, he was just a half-caste black who travelled round the country from war to hell and back. And he ended up in Catherine, where he died alone and poor, and the copper made the comment, he said he went to war. Blackfella ANZAC, he's white enough to take, and he's white enough to risk his life and die to save his mates. Blackfella ANZAC, thanks for what you gave, and I wish you were remembered, the bravest of the brave. So here's to Frederick Prentice, he's a hero of the war, whose name's not on the cenotaph in Darwin, that's for sure. No military funeral, there was just the two of us, a grave digger and the copper, and only dust to dust. But a true son of the territory, and the ANZAC lives he saved. But you lie asleep in Catherine in an unmarked grave. Blackfella ANZAC, and he's white enough to take, and he's white enough to risk his life and die to save his mates. Blackfella ANZAC, thanks for what you gave, but I wish you were remembered, the bravest of the brave. And you lie asleep in Catherine in an unmarked grave.